All right, are we rolling? Okay. Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Amanda, and it has been a while since I've been on YouTube because these past few weeks have been so crazy, and I know I say that every time I haven't been on YouTube in a long time, but like these past few weeks have really been crazy. I have had the most atrocious, devastating experience happen to me on my way traveling back from Italy to Spain. It was so sad. I was crying. It's honestly story time worthy, so I might be telling you guys that later. But besides that, I want to tell you guys about my entire experience about studying abroad because it has finally come to that time where this program is finally done. Yeah, I definitely have been looking forward to going home, but now that the time has finally come, I don't know, it feels really weird because I've been saying bye to these friends that I've made these past 4 months, but it's just really sad to like get adjusted to this entirely different culture, an entirely different country than the United States, and now have to go back. I know that this entire experience overall has kind of changed me and like made me grow in some kind of way, even though that sounds kind of cheesy, that study abroad changed my life, but it really did. I like feel different. I feel like I've grown a lot. So that's like a lot of rambling, so let's get in with this video. One of the most asked questions I get is, how do I afford to travel? So if you have never seen me before, hello. I am currently 20. I'm just gonna straight up say that I am paying for this, majority of it on my own. My mom doesn't really have the money to like help me out. All this traveling that I'm doing is coming out of my own pocket, and I do make money off of YouTube. So that's how I'm kind of like affording for this. And on top of that, I didn't just like decide like on the whim, I'm gonna study abroad. Like I did save up for a good amount of time. Next question is, how do you travel to different countries? How much does it cost? I have been taking a train, a bus, or a plane to different countries depending on like where I'm like trying to go. For instance, I'm studying abroad in Madrid, and I have a lot of friends that went to Portugal. I personally didn't go, I didn't have the time, but they took an overnight bus to Portugal because it's like literally like right here. But a lot of times I did take like a cheap flight to different countries. Flights are very cheap depending on where you buy them and at what time. I didn't buy any flights before coming studying abroad, if you guys are wondering, except one. I did plan on going to Oktoberfest with my roommates, so we bought all of that ahead of time. But besides that, I had nothing planned. Once you come studying abroad, you do make new friends and you want to, you know, go to places together. I recommend to not really plan out every single trip until you come study abroad. Next question is, how do you balance school and travel? I am studying here while traveling. You are going to school, you actually are learning stuff. Classes here, I do have to say, are a lot easier than my classes back at Cal Poly, because Cal Poly like kind of like drills you. I typically travel either Thursday night or I'll go Friday and then I'll come back Sunday. If I feel like there's so much going on with school, like, oh, I have a final on Monday, maybe I shouldn't really travel that weekend, then I won't. I kind of think ahead, like what's worth it, what isn't worth it. Next question is, what classes do you take? Well, personally for me, I took, because it's done, a 3-part Spanish course. I actually do speak Spanish. It's not grammatically correct sometimes, and I didn't even know what some of these words were. I needed a GE, and on top of that, I knew my Spanish would be better if I took it. And then I also took a politics class. It depends on what program you do, but certain programs do offer classes to, like, you know, for certain majors. The next question is, how do you text/call in Europe? This is a huge question I had because I had no idea how I was going to like keep in contact with people from the United States because I don't want to spend a lot of money. You should call your provider, but like I told them I was going to go to Europe for like an extended period of time, like 4 months. So they kind of put my cellular plan on hold. So when I came to Europe, I took out my SIM card from my phone and I went to like a cellular provider in Spain, and then I got like a SIM card that I would just put money in like every month, and then I had a certain amount of gigabytes, and then I would use those gigabytes to like communicate with people while I was like, you know, not in a Wi-Fi provided area. My phone actually got stolen. Super sad. It was devastating because it was my iPhone. I had just paid it off. I went to the same cellular provider and I got this like 50 euro Android phone that probably peaked back in like 2006. This is what I'm using right now for an extended period of time, and then go to the Apple store and get a new phone. Yeah. Another question I received was, where do you live? On my program, you have the option of doing a homestay, which is where you live with the family in the country you are going to, or you could live in an apartment somewhere in the city. So I chose apartment because I personally wanted my own space. I wanted to be able to go to a kitchen, cook my own food. You know, I wanted to like live with other people, and if I wanted to go out somewhere at night, I didn't have to like you know, go and meet up with someone, I could like go with my roommate somewhere. Oh, and if you were wondering, I did not choose the apartment. My program chose the apartment randomly for everyone who wanted to do that. Next question is, did I meet any locals? Yes, I did. I did, and I feel so good about it. I honestly didn't expect to like make friends with people that lived here, but I definitely did, and I'm so glad because you talk to them, they kind of tell you like how life is here and then where the cool places to go, the good places to eat. You feel so part of the country that you're living in because, you know, you don't just hang out with Americans or like, you know, people that just speak English. Where did you go? I went to a lot of different places actually. I think I counted it and it was like 16 cities and maybe 5 or 6 countries. Don't quote me on that. I'm actually gonna open Facebook right now because I made an album. So many memories in these photos. Europe 2017. There's Spain, France, Germany, Switzerland, Italy, Netherlands. So I went to 6 countries, which is good. Yay. For cities, I went to Madrid, Toulouse, which is in France, Sebulcourt, which is in Spain. That's where I went kayaking. Munich, I went to Paris, Barcelona, Bilbao, which is in Spain, San Sebastian, which is in Spain, Geneva, Milan, Sevilla, Amsterdam, Pisa, Florence, Venice, and Rome. I went to 16 cities and 6 countries. That's actually really easy to remember. So fun fact, this past weekend, I had a trip booked already for London and Paris. I was actually gonna go to London for the first time and like go to Paris again, but I actually ended up not going because I am in such a not wanting to travel mood. Isn't there like a word called like wanderlust? And it's like, oh, the like wanting to travel everywhere. I am so anti-wanderlust right now. I just want to lay in bed, watch Netflix, and kind of just eat my heart away, you know, just sleep for hours. I'm like not in the mood to travel places. I like really wanted to go to London, like don't get me wrong, but I'm just like so tired. I just don't want to do anything. I plan on going at another time. Last question is, what was the biggest lesson you learned? Holy cow, I learned so much while being here. Not just like in life, I learned so much about myself. I know I grew a lot from studying abroad. The biggest lesson I learned was I can do anything I set my mind to. That is just because I have gone through so many low points while studying abroad. I've cried a ton, I have laughed, I've just been in a lot of different moods, like hashtag mood. I've been lost places by myself. I've been so scared, wanting to call someone for help but like not having enough data, or like not having my phone charged, having to get out of that uncomfortable, scary environment all by myself. And now I know that like nothing can faze me. Like I can literally go through anything and just be at a calm state of mind and know that everything will be okay, and know that I'm a smart person and I need to put trust into myself. I'm very independent now. I think after like going through so many things, I will definitely do a story time for you guys. I feel like I have like some crazy stories I just need to talk about. Ooh, all right. And those are all the questions. I'm really hoping this video isn't long. I really hate long videos. If you guys don't mind them, let me know down below, because in general, I feel like everyone hates a long video. But these are the tips that I have. One tip is to download city maps from like where you plan on going, and you can do that from Google Maps directly. Have the map downloaded on your phone, and then you don't have to use any Wi-Fi or data, and like you'll never get lost. There's also apps that you can do that too, but I recommend that a lot. Get a debit card that doesn't like screw you over for spending money in Europe. Mine definitely did. I say do your research. Try to open a bank account if you're gonna stay in Europe for a long time, because I think it's worth it. You save so much money. And if you do pull out money, just pull out a lot of it at once and keep it in like a locked box or somewhere really safe in your room, just so you don't have to like get hit with like so many fees at once, like bam, 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 you know? Be careful with valuables, exclamation, exclamation, exclamation. You don't expect like to get robbed when you're like, you know, trying to have fun with your friends, but it definitely does happen. Just be careful, like be aware of like what you have and like, you know, where your things are at all times. Another tip I have is to print out your tickets if your phone isn't reliable. If your phone is not reliable, print your tickets out. My phone has such little storage that I can't download my tickets. Yeah, it really sucks. So I printed out a lot of my tickets beforehand, and you know, traveling to these places was like a lot easier because like I actually had the ticket. I didn't have to worry about it. Oh my god, this one I really wish I knew. Bring food from home. And you're probably thinking like, hello honey, like I don't even have enough space for my own clothes, like I'm not gonna bring food. Trust me, I missed hot sauce so much these past 4 months, and they just don't really have the hot sauces that I want. I had to go to an American store to find like Valentina, which is like a hot sauce I like use religiously back home, but like hot sauce is so hard to come by in Europe. And on top of that, peanut butter is like a myth here. It's like not a thing. I don't recommend bringing a big bottle because that would definitely like weigh down your luggage. You're gonna miss it. Like spices too, like lemon pepper, some cayenne, some Cajun seasoning. Yeah, that I would have brought back too. Take a picture of your passport and your visa on your phone. This is just like a precaution, just, you know, in case it ever does get stolen or like lost. Just so people know, I'm like traveling, I'm a US citizen, here's my documentation. If you go to different museums in Europe, if you show them your visa and tell them you're a student, you'll get into the museum for free or at a cheaper price. Another tip I have is to ask locals where to go. I went to so many different cities in Europe, and when I did like, you know, talk with or try to communicate with someone from that country, I asked them, hey, where should I eat? Like, where's a good shopping area? Or like, oh, what museum do I have to go to? Locals definitely know where to go because they've lived there for so long. Asking the taxi drivers, the Uber drivers is a good idea too. At one of my hostels in Italy, when I was like leaving with my friend, I went to the front desk and asked her, hey, we don't really like, you know what to do here. So she gave us a huge map, circled everywhere that we should go, and told us the order to. Oh my god, yes! It was very helpful. So like, you know, locals will definitely help you out. And the last tip I have are like basically just giving you guys the websites I used while being here. I used Go Euro and Skyscanner to find flights. Go Euro specifically for like bus tickets, train tickets. I think on Skyscanner you have an option of putting fly anywhere, and it shows you where's the cheapest flight for that weekend. Skyscanner was great to like figure out like random countries to go to. I also used Hostel World for like, you know, to find like cheap hostels in every city I went to, and I also used Airbnb like once. Also, I have a lot of friends that used Google Flights, and I heard that was really good too. So like those are like some options. Alright you guys, and that was the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope that gave you guys kind of like a general feel of how I felt about studying abroad. All in all, loved it. Best experience of my life. I know it seems really expensive depending on what program you want to do, but I think it's so worth it. Excuse me. If you have any more questions that I did not answer, you could comment that down below, and I will be sure to comment back and answer any questions you guys may have. That is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I love you a ton, and I will see you next time. Bye!